Hello again. Welcome back. Let's wrap up chapter 9. I think we should be able to get through it. No problem here in this video as we solve some questions using the Pythagorean Theorem. Typically these questions do appear on the final exam, though I don't make the final exam. I would expect to see it if I were you. And this is an example of one. So we worked one out in the previous video where we went a squared plus b squared is c squared. And that's fine. You can do it that way where you solve it and you take the square root of both sides and you have your solution. But what they have done for you to try to make your life a little bit easier, it might look complicated at first, but I'm going to show it to you. If you look at the bottom of your yellow sheet where it says the Pythagorean Theorem, they've given you this box. And within this box, right here, they have, if you're trying to find a leg, one of the legs like A or B, the shorter sides, you can use this highlighted area here. If you're trying to find the hypotenuse, you can use this equation here. And it probably is easiest to do that. Even though I didn't learn it that way, I'm used to just going a squared and b squared and c squared and then just solving it. I found that I think students do better when they use this because you have that on the test with you. So we're going to try that. I've cut that into my picture here. And we'll talk you through it. Let's just work these next 2 or 3 out here. This says find the length of the unknown side here. And the unknown side is this, is C. Okay, now C is the hypotenuse. So you're trying to find that. So 6 is a leg and 8 is a leg. And honestly, it doesn't matter which leg is the first or second leg. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to find the hypotenuse using this formula right here. This says the hypotenuse is equal to the square root of the first leg squared plus the second leg squared. Okay, that's really pretty simple. All right, so we'll call it the hypotenuse is C. So we'll say C is equal to, now I'm just going to copy this part right here, basically. Okay, big long square root symbol. The first leg is 6, and we'll square that. Again, it doesn't matter if you do 6 or 8 because it's going to work out the same. Plus the second leg is 8. Okay, so I'm just using this formula. I just made that 6 and that 8 down there. All right, and that's 8 squared. Okay, well, you have to continue using the order of operations within the square root. So you have to do the exponent first. So 6 squared is 36. Plus 8 squared is 64. All right, we're still using PEMDAS here, even though we're working inside. Remember this? Parenthesis exponent, multiply, divide, left to right, add, subtract, left to right. Okay, so we have to hit those exponents first. Now we can add these numbers within the square root. That's equal to 10. I'm sorry, 100. So here we're looking for a number where something times itself is 100, and that is 10. All right, and that is, oops, sorry about that. C in this case is equal to 10. That's the hypotenuse. That's the solution. Okay. Let's try another one. There's the part from your formula sheet, and you've got this you're solving for now. You're trying to solve for a leg here. Okay, so B. Trying to solve for B. So here's what we know. We know that 12 is the hypotenuse. That's 12. And 10 is the leg. Okay, so we're just going to use this formula right here. We're going to try to find B. That's equal to big long square root symbol. Hypotenuse is 12 squared minus the known leg. Okay, that's the one we know. The known leg is 10 squared. And we're going to multiply this out. Square root 144 minus 100. That's what B is equal to. So B is equal to the square root. Just finish the math here. 144 minus that is the square root of 44. You're going to need your calculator for that. Do like we talked about in the previous video. I did that already for you, and I came out. It's going to be a big long number. I rounded it off to 6.63 units. Would be what B is equal to there. So hopefully that's working out for you. Let's do one more because I've seen students really struggle with this, and a lot of people miss it on the test. If you don't practice it, you probably will. It costs you a couple points. So, and if you do practice, it's really not that hard. if you just identify what you're trying to find. You're trying to find a leg here, so here you're trying to find a leg, A. All right, the hypotenuse, that's 20, so 20 is going to go in here. Don't forget to square it. And 15 is the leg, other leg that you know, so that's 15. So let's write it out over here. A is equal to square root 20 squared minus 15 squared. Okay, A is equal to, oh, that's a sloppy square root sign. 20 squared is 400 minus 225. You have to finish all of that first. That is equal to 175. Now if you grab your calculator and you square root that, again, I'm going to round it off. It's 13.22875, on and on and on it goes. So I'll just call it 13.23. And that'll do it. That wraps up chapter 9. Congratulations. You're close to being done with things. So work on that, bring your questions to class, and hopefully we'll have you ready to go for the next test.